Hi kindergarten, I'm so excited to have you back in the classroom. Today we're going to start a brand new and fun project for the springtime. So the spring is one of the 4 seasons that happen every year in our world. I have a question and I need someone to raise their hand quietly and answer it for me. My question is, what season comes before spring and then what season comes after spring? Thank you so much. So in the springtime, flowers come out, the sun comes back, it gets a little bit warmer, things look a little bit greener outside, and you'll also start to see a little bit more life. You may notice that you'll see a lot more butterflies and insects and bugs crawling around because this is their time to get out because they were so cold during the winter, so now they've warmed up and they are ready. One thing that I want you to notice is that look at all these animals here. There's some things that are different and then some things that are the same. So insects have 6 legs. So for instance, this ant has 3 legs on each side. Same thing with this grasshopper. There are 3 legs on each side. But if I take a look at this spider, I want you to look closely and then I need one person to tell me how many legs does this spider have total? I hope someone said 8. And then take a look at this centipede. Oh my goodness, can anyone raise their hand and guess how many legs that this centipede has? This centipede has 100 legs. Can you believe that? Go ahead and talk to a friend. What would it be like to have 100 legs? Today, we are going to make a place for a butterfly to live. So we're gonna make our own butterfly, but we need a little spot outside for it to live in, and that's what we're gonna make today. But let's talk about the parts of a butterfly. Over here is the head. On top is the antenna. The middle part, that is the thorax. Of course, there's some legs, and then don't forget those big wings. We are going to create a habitat for our butterfly to live in on this white sheet of paper that you should have picked up on the way in. The very first thing that I want you to do is I want you to find the Sharpie that's in between you and your partner. You are going to share this. One person at a time is going to use it. What you do is you open it up. It's just like a normal marker, but it's a little bit darker. This Sharpie does not touch your skin. Do not draw on yourself with it. You are going to write your name in the very bottom left-hand corner. I'm gonna write Mr. Boatfield because that is my name, but if you have your own name, please write that. And then we are also going to write our class code right next door, and then I will pause the video and tell you what your class code is. You should notice that there is some very thin pieces of tissue paper in the middle of your table. You're sharing with the person next to you and the person across from you. Can anyone raise their hand and tell me what type of colors these are? I hope someone said that these are cool colors. We're gonna use cool colors to make our monarch butterfly habitat because cool colors remind us of the spring. Maybe the green reminds us of trees, the blue reminds us of water, and the purple can remind you of a spring nighttime sky. In a moment, I will pass out these little cups. Yours may have a lid. You'll take the lid off and put it to the side. You're also gonna have a paintbrush. We're gonna be using this paintbrush in a new way. We don't need a paper towel for what we're doing today. What you're gonna do is you're going to take some strips of the cool colored pieces of paper. Remember, this is called tissue paper. Now, we are going to attach these to our paper in a new way. You're going to dip into this, what looks like glue, but it's actually glue mixed with water. Drip. And then what you're gonna do is you're going to find it. You're gonna hold this piece of tissue paper just very gently with one finger, not hard. And I'm going to paint the top of this tissue paper with that white glue, and that will make it stick. Now, I'm not gonna touch it again. Sorry about that. I'm not going to touch it again. I'm just gonna keep on going. What I want you to do is I want you to overlap. I want to see what happens if I put a little bit of this color over the other one. So I'll take it, put it where I want it to go, dip into this glue water, and then, oop, I should have definitely let it drip. See what happened? Now I'm making a big mess. So don't do what I did. Make sure you dip, let it drip before you use it. And then you're just gonna keep going. I want you to fill up this whole paper with these colors. This may take a while, and some of you may not finish. That's okay. We will work on this next time as well. So here I am, attaching them one at a time. It's okay to overlap. Now it's been a few minutes, and I want to talk about what you can do when you notice that you have some holes or you get to the edges. So I do want you to cover the whole thing. Remember, you can't overlap. I have a couple little spots right here poking through, so I can put that down, and because it's kind of wet already, it'll stick, but I'm still gonna go over it with a little bit of the glue water, that way to cover up that spot. And I have a few more spots to do along with the rest of it. But also, when you get to the edges, I want you to try using craftsmanship. So craftsmanship means that you're taking your time and you're very neat. So once I get to the edges, I want you to start putting it right up to the edge. That way you can cover as much space as possible without going over the edge. Because if I just put a bunch of different ones on the very edge, I think it would look a little bit strange when you have all these beautiful pieces and then there's some hanging off. So I don't want you to do that. I think you should put them right up to the edge to make it look neat and use your craftsmanship. So please take your time. Work hard today. I know that this will take a little bit of time, but I think that if you work hard, you'll be really proud of yourself for how beautiful you can make this. When you get to the edges, make sure that you line them up with a piece of paper. It'll make it look a little bit more neat. And then as you're working, be careful around your name. Let's talk about what you should do when you get to your name. When you get to your name, you have two choices. You can either let it be. You don't have to cover this up with all the tissue paper, or you could go over the tissue paper, but only the light green. The reason we're using the light green is because I can still see your name through it. If you use another color or something real dark like that blue or purple, it may be hard to see your name. And so that's why we use that big dark Sharpies, because I really want to make sure that when people see your beautiful artwork that they know that it was done by you. When we are done today, and as you're working, please make sure that the tissue paper goes back in this box so I can use it for other classes. You'll put your lid back on your little cup. You'll take your paintbrush. When I call for paintbrushes, you will take it, follow the green arrows all the way around, 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 and then we will today just place them in the sink so that I can wash them. When time is up, or if you have already finished, you'll take your paper. It's okay if you didn't finish, but we're gonna have to put it where? Guess where I'm going? I hope you said drying rack. Now, do we start at the top or the bottom? I hope you said bottom. You're gonna find the very bottom. Put yours in one of the slots. I know it's tricky, but try your best. I did it with one hand, but I think you should do yours with two hands, and then follow the green arrows back to your seat. Have a wonderful day, guys, and these will look so pretty once we're all done.